Hey everyone, Tendra here. With July rolling around, we have new items on the trading post, and they added a few extra this month, so let's get busy and take a look at them. Our first item up is a mount. It's Tyrael's Charger. Through the years we've had multiple ways to get this. The first way you could have got it was from an annual pass, and then it came to the store for a little bit, then it was part of the Treasure Goblin event just a few weeks back. If you missed out on it any of those 3 times, you can now buy it off the trading post for the low price of 900 Traders Tenders. It's a pretty nice mount, and I used it for quite a while. If you pick it up, I could easily see it becoming one of your favorites. Let's push on to the next item. Next up, we have a pet. It's the Spectral Tiger Cub. The only way we've been able to get this is through the trading card game, or if we were lucky enough to see it on the auction house because someone was selling it. The price on this is 750 Traders Tenders. I would personally like to get this, but I think I'm going to just add it to my freezing mode for now, and I'll grab it at a later date. So let's head on to our next item. Next up, we have an Ensemble. It's the Sylvan Stalker's Leathers. This is for rogues, monks, druids, and demon hunters. It's a recolor of the Legion Season 1 and 2 PvP armor. This actually looks a little better in my opinion than the Legion set. I just like the color scheme a little more. If you decide to buy this, it's going to cost you 750 Traders Tenders. But let's push on to the next item. Up next we have a mount. This is the Reins of the Felcrystal Scorpion. This is just a recolor of the Reins of the Amber Scorpion, which was a reward you could buy once you had exalted with the Calaxy reputation. This mount isn't too bad looking. I preferred the old one. The coloring was a little better in my opinion. If you do decide to buy this, it'll run you 650 Traders tokens, so the price isn't too bad. And since I do collect a lot of mounts, I will be picking this one up. But let's head on to the next item. Next up we have a staff. It's the Antoran Felspire. I don't believe this particular model has ever been in game. If I'm wrong about that, let me know about it down in the comments. This is a pretty nice looking item, and it has a very heavy Legion theme, which makes sense since it's supposed to be from the Antoran Waste. But if you decide to buy this, it'll run you 600 Traders Tenders, and it'll be a unique staff added to your collection. But let's go on to the next item. Our next item is a two-handed sword. This is Conquest. This is a recolor of a sword from Naxxramas called Armageddon. They had also done this sword one other time, during Shadowlands. There was a quest for it, and that time it was called Sorrowbane. This is a pretty iconic warrior sword, and for only 600 Traders Tenders, this can be one of your swords. It should make a great addition to just about any two-handed sword wielder's collection. But let's push on to the next item. Our next item is a mace. It's the Aldori War Mace, and again, like the staff, I don't think this mace has made it into game before. So if you add it to your collection, it'd be another unique item for you. The price on it is only 500 Traders Tenders, which seems like a pretty decent deal. But let's push on to the next item. Up next we have a shield. This is the Filigreed's Lion's Maw. This is the second time this shield has been up on the trading post. The last time was a few months back, so if it was something that interested you last time, and you passed it up, for only 250 Traders Tenders you can get it this time. But let's push on to the next item. We're actually going to do the next 2 items together, because they're helms, and they're both the same helm. The only difference is a color difference. The first one is the Helm of the Fierce, the second one is the Helm of the Swift. These look very much like Boss Viking helmets. They look really nice, and for only 225 Traders Tenders apiece, you can't go wrong on these. But let's go to the next item. Our next item is a sword. It's Mephistroth's Razor. This looks like it would be out of AQ20 or AQ40. I don't think I've ever seen this particular model, so it may be a new one. If it isn't, let me know down in the comments. But at a price of only 200 Traders Tenders, it's a good filler item for the month. Let's push on to the next one. Our next item is a staff. It's the Sinister Fel Staff. If you've ever wanted to look like Gul'dan, this is the staff for you. This is a unique model to game, and I know if I had an Orc Warlock, I would probably be grabbing this as fast as possible. And at only 175 Traders Tenders, the price is not bad at all. But let's push on to our next item. Next up we have another repeat offender. This is the Fist of the Polar Fury, and we've had this item up here before. So if it's something you wanted to pick up last time and you just didn't have enough tenders, maybe this go around it'd be for you. At only a price of 175 Traders Tenders, it's another good filler item. So let's take a look at the next item. We're actually going to do the next 2 items again together, because they're the normal cloak head ensemble. The first one is the Wanderer's Violet Trappings. This will give you the scarf and the cloak, and the second one is the Vagabond's Violet Threads, and this will give you the hood and the cloak. These are always fan favorites, and at 100 Traders Tenders, you just can't go wrong. Let's push on to the next one. Up next we have a one-handed sword. the Polished Shortsword. There's not much to say about this. It's just a short sword, and at a price of only 75 tenders. It is another good filler item. Let's push on to the next item. Our next item is a cloak. It's the Silvered Warcloak. This is a pretty plain Jane looking cloak, but at least it's a full length one, and that always makes them a little better. And for only 75 traders tenders, it makes a great filler item. But let's go to the next item. Next on our list is a shirt. It's the fabulous Flashy Finery. Again, there's not much to say about this. It's an item that hasn't been on the traders post before, and for only 50 traders tenders, it's a great filler item. But let's push on to our last item here. Our last item is a one-handed axe. It's the Primeval Basher. Again, there's not much to say about this. It's a pretty plain Jane looking axe, but it's nice to see Blizzard give these low quality items some high res treatment, and for only 50 traders tenders. This makes a great filler item also. And last but not least, if you fill your Traveler's Log by July 31st, you'll receive the Grotto Netherwing Drake. I think it's kinda awesome that the first drakes you could earn in-game were the Nether Drakes, and now the first dragon riding mount outside of Dragon Isles that you can earn is a Nether Drake. There's supposed to be some customizations for this Drake also. They don't seem to be in-game yet, so we'll just have to keep our eyes open and hopefully see them pretty soon. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm gonna send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.